Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In today's video I'd like to take a look at the NASDAQ and how that unfolded yesterday, which was 20th of January 2015. I'd like to particularly look at how the more experienced MTPredictor users can take their software to higher level by use of the higher time frame analysis and also looking at the volume and understanding how markets unfold. So let's have a look at a 3-minute chart of the NASDAQ. On purely standard and automatic trade setups yesterday, we had a buy setup here. You can see it's denoted by our history triangle. The STF was blue, large degree trend was up for standard traders. So if we place the analysis over our blue buy bar here, you can see the market would have taken you in for a trade. Remember, we used correct position sizing, so this would have been long 2 contracts on a sample $2,000 US dollar account, risking 2%. And you can see it would have come down and been stopped out. It would have been stopped out for losing trade. It's important to know and recognize and understand that all traders will have losing trades. Any system will have losing trades. The trick is to keep the loss small, and that's what we do with our position sizing here. You see the risk was $310, so that would have been a losing trade to start with. Let's have a look a bit later in the day. Again, there was another DP buy setup. This was on a black STF, therefore was okay for standard traders to take. And as you can see, this time the market went up to its first target. We come down, look at our STF strength band, which is our grey band there, and that was less than, or our STF indicator was less than our strength band. Therefore, the market was deemed to be weak. Therefore, you'd come out at the target. So that would have been a nice 2.9 hour profit. So just on standard trade setup yesterday, you'd have had a -1 hour loss and then a plus 2.9 hour profit. So that would have been plus 1.9 hour profit overall. So 1 profit, 1 loss, but you'd made money overall for the NASDAQ, which is okay. But let's now take this to much higher levels. Okay, so let's clear this off. Let's go to the higher time frame chart and let's put the large degree support and resistance zones on. Now remember, these are on the chart in advance, so even before the market even opened yesterday, well actually no, it wouldn't have been before the market opened, it would have been just after the market opened and this pivot high was made. You'd have come back down to this pivot low here, right mouse click, put decision point on, and that would have given you an area of support, and as you can see, that caught the low of the day rather nicely indeed. But the point being is this excuse me, higher time frame or 15-minute support would have been on the chart before the market got down there. Then once that market had started to rally and this pivot had been made and the market started to go up, you could have gone back to the last pivot high, which was made at the start of the day, right mouse click, and put that resistance level on. Again, this would have been a target that would have been on the chart in advance before the market got up there, so it would have been giving you a target to aim for, and as you can see, that actually caught the high of the day very nicely indeed. So let's go back to the 3-minute chart and see how these levels look on our 3-minute chart. As you can see, they did actually catch the highs and lows of the day pretty much perfectly. And remember, these were on the chart in advance, so this level was here before the low was made, and this high was here, or this resistance level was here before the high was made. So they're leading indicators. So let's see how this would have helped you in your trade management, particularly of our second DP buy setup. I think the first one would have been a losing trade no matter, and that's okay, -1 hour loss. Before I look at the management of this this second DP buyer, I want to go to our volume. And I'll have a look at particularly this bar here, which was our 1148 bar. Can you see how the volume was painted red? This indicates that this move down to new lows on this bar here was on an unusually high volume and also was a wide range bar. In other words, this bar here made new lows for the day. You can see here was our prior lows earlier in the day. It made new lows for the day on increased volume. Now standard traders, I wouldn't say standard MTPredictor traders, but most amateur traders would look at a break to new lows on high volume as bearish and therefore look to go short. It's amazing how many times they get caught trying to sell the low of the day, which obviously is not the best place to be in. We know that if you look to the next bar, which was the 1151 bar, if the market fails to follow through, in other words fails to go to new lows and makes a blue buy reversal bar, then it is buyers coming in, it's professional buyers stepping in on this high volume, so that the professional buyers are buying off the amateurs that are selling. And of course we want to be in the direction of the professionals. When this happens, we call this a VSA setup, and it indicates that professionals are stepping into the market, and that normally indicates that a stronger than normal move will then unfold. And as you can see, that's exactly what happened with the rally unfolding for the rest of the day. So tie this together in that we are at 15-minute or higher time frame support. We are also at a VSA reversal as well, and this would indicate that this was a good trade to take, because the professionals were coming into this at the same time as well. But not only was it a good trade to take, but it was also a good trade to run further, mainly because of this VSA bar here indicating that professionals were coming in. So where would the logical target be for this? And remember, I'm talking about a target that was on your chart in advance before the market even got up there. Well, it would have been the higher time frame resistance area, which you can see is up on our chart here. So we can grab and drag this all the way up to our higher time frame resistance area there. So that would be the logical place to have for your target for this particular trade. Remember, I say target because it would have been there before the market actually got up there. I could go into bar replay mode and show that for you, but I just want to make sure you understand that that would have been there before the market got there. And as you can see, that would have increased the profit to plus 7.8R, or almost 8 times greater than the initial risk. And this is what's great about these kind of trades, is that we are looking to try and up your trading to have much larger profits. Remember, the profit on this trade normally to this first target would have been plus 2.9R. So you're increasing a 2.9R profit to plus 7.8, and this is what makes MTPredictor so good, is that you can increase the profits and make the profits much larger just by your understanding of how the markets unfold, in particular understanding what this VSA bar here means, understanding how to use the higher time frame support, and also then going to the higher time frame for your targets, particularly when you have a VSA bar coming in. And as you can see of this, it would have been pretty much a perfect trading day, where our DP buy setup with our VSA, which is backed by our VSA analysis as well, all came in at our 15-minute support zone. Remember, that was on the chart even before the market got down to that level. That pretty much nailed the low of the day for you. The market then rallied up, but just look where it made the high of the day. Not any old where, but right at our 15-minute DP resistance area, which again was on the chart in advance. So we pretty much nailed the low of the day, and we pretty much nailed the high of the day, with one long trade in between for a profit of approximately 7.8R along the way. So a pretty amazing day on the Nasdaq yesterday for MTPredictor. Once you go beyond just the standard and automatic trade setups and go to a higher level of understanding, which is why we encourage you all to come into our training webinars. And this is where we teach you to take MTPredictor to much higher levels, and teach you how to use the higher time frame support and resistance, and also to understand other things in the market like the VSA setup, which indicates what the professional's doing as well. So MTPredictor is far more than just a black box of automatic setups. We actually teach you to take the software to much higher levels, and hopefully this has been a great example to show you, well, a spectacular trade from nailing the low of the day to taking profits at pretty much the high of the day. So really you couldn't have done much better on the Nasdaq yesterday.